Hey there, it's Ross the Investment Biker in Salt Lake City, Utah. We're setting up today in Workbox. We're going to meet with some local founders, find out a little bit more about the local entrepreneurial ecosystem of the Silicone Slopes. So I'm super excited to be here in Salt Lake City. Amazing people, everybody's been so friendly, but I'm really curious to learn more about what's happening in the entrepreneurial ecosystem here. And I know this is a city that's really built on sort of pioneering heritage and a lot of tradition, but is also leading the way in a lot of really innovative ways. It's not a city that you always think of as being a tech hub, but it is one of the fastest growing tech hubs in the country right now. And of course, anywhere that's called the Silicone Slopes, as an avid skier, is somewhere that I'm going to want to go visit. So this has been great to be on the road and see so many different cities and learn a lot more about the history of entrepreneurship in all of these cities. But today is going to be really exciting because I now get to meet some more of the founders, the people that are actually building these entrepreneurial communities that we're visiting. So I'm looking forward to learning more from the founders to find out what it's like to raise money in Salt Lake City. What's the investment community like here? What different technologies and different innovations, different sectors are really emerging here. It's always interesting to see that different cities and different regions have a different taste and different flavor of entrepreneurship. There's a reason that Silicon Valley is called Silicon Valley because they literally used to mine silicon. So what is intrinsic to this area that is not Silicon Valley? And I love the Silicon Slopes name, obviously, being that we're here in this area that's got just incredible nature to it. I want to see how that informs entrepreneurship here and the people who live here, being in the mountains and being this incredible hub city. I'm really interested to find out from the founders what it's like to be a startup in Salt Lake City, what other founders, how they interact with each other, what this ecosystem looks like. Really enjoyed already our experience here at Workbox. This is clearly right downtown Salt Lake City, becoming a center point. There's a lot of activity going on here, a lot of companies in all different sectors. So really looking forward to learning more from them today, what it's like to live and be here as a founder. So here we are, Workbox, Salt Lake City, with Amanda Lopez. Amanda, what should everybody know about Salt Lake City?
Oh my gosh, Salt Lake City is growing up. I think Salt Lake City's a diamond in the rough. We're growing up. I'm excited to see what happens here in the next 10, 15, 20 years. So
well, this has been a fun community. We're going to have a little more of an in-depth conversation, but this has been awesome. What a great day at Workbox in Salt Lake City, Utah. This has been a highlight of the trip for sure. I met some really interesting people today. Great conversations. Can't wait to share them with you. Really interesting founders, and obviously as an investor, I'm always intrigued where we're finding really great new companies being built in places that you don't normally look. I've been trying to put my finger on what I've been finding so unique and special about my experience in Salt Lake City. And I think what it is that there's a culture, there's a community here. What I'm kind of finding with everybody is this sort of lack of hubris, or this feeling of being willing to say, oh, I don't know, or I'm not sure, and being very curious. And it's funny, I was talking to somebody about one of the things that I noticed, and I wasn't quite sure how to exactly articulate it, but I found everybody's been making a lot of eye contact with me. So what does that mean? I think this is a community of people who are really caring and really, there's a foundation in being a community, and everybody's been very welcoming, and they're very interested in what am I doing, what are they doing, and you just have some really authentic conversations. So this has been really a highlight of the stop for me.
Well, no trip to Salt Lake City would be complete without actually going to the Silicone Slopes that we've been talking about. Here we are, beautiful snowbird today. Glad you could join us. Oh man, will you look at this. One of the best days yet of this epic tour. Snowbird, Utah, Silicone Slopes.